पहले हो गई, यहाँ से होगी।
मेरा भी भेजा नहीं ना, क्यों है?
Good morning to everyone. Good morning.
मैंने पैसे बढ़ेंगे तो पार्टी हो जाएगी.
It is somebody is on a. Please, you have to be mute everybody, please.
Good afternoon, one and all. We, on behalf of Franchise India, welcome you all to the first edition of Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar. My name is Archana, and I work on a marketing team here at Franchise India. We as a group truly believes in reaching out to all our potential investors, premium brands, and connecting them to create synergy and making all of us to grow in this process. Keeping in mind the current scenario where everyone is adhering social distancing and is at home, we thought to utilize technology to have a face-to-face non-physical interaction with each one of you. Starting today, every day sharp at 12 p.m., we will be organizing webinar series for each one of you to interact with all our brands which are there with Franchise India, interact with their representative, and to get full understanding about their brand, how they are impacted due to this current situation, and what is the strategy they are looking out for. We take this opportunity to welcome our first brand, Gem Selections by Khanna Gems Private Limited. Its founder, Mr. Pankaj Khanna, and Aradhya Khanna. We invite and welcome our well-known panelist, Mr. Gaurav Arya, Chairman, Franchise India Group, and our MD, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, in today's session to share their insight on a current situation and its impact on business. The duration of the session would be of 40 minutes, and the flow would be first 20 minutes, we'll talk about the brand, how they are operating in market, what is the impact of COVID on their business, what is their strategy. Next 20 minutes will be for question and answers. And finally, we will conclude the session. We request all to use chat tools to ask any query if you have. May I invite Mr. Aradhya Khanna and Mr. Pankaj Khanna to speak about their brand, Gem Selections, a retail brand of well-known Khanna Gems Private Limited. Welcome, Pankaj and Aradhya Khanna.
Gem Selections was started by Mr. Pankaj Khanna on 30th January 1987 as a sole proprietorship firm. At that time, Gem Selections' main line of business was buying raw gemstones from the mines, getting them cut and polished, and then supplying these gemstones to various jewelers across the Indian subcontinent. In 1994, Gem Selections set up a wholesale and retail outlet in Janakpuri, New Delhi, and on 20th day of January 1997, Mr. Pankaj Khanna, along with his wife, Mrs. Anu Khanna, incorporated Khanna Gems Private Limited. And on 1st April 1997, it took over Gem Selections. Khanna Gems Private Limited deals in retail, wholesale, import, and exports of gemstones, diamonds, jewelry, handicraft, rudraksh, yantras, and related products. We have our own factory in Khambhat, Gujarat. In 2018, our company also ventured into the bullion business. We have a very strong online presence today. We have two e-commerce websites, gemselections.in and khannagems.com, one Android application and one iOS application, 14 micro websites, 3 unique platforms, and we have a very strong social media presence with over 1.81 crore lifetime views on our YouTube channel. The total traffic that we witness on our internet properties is around 5 million visitors per month. Mr. Pankaj Khanna is the founder of Gem Selections and chairman and managing director of Khanna Gems Private Limited. Mr. Pankaj Khanna is a commerce graduate from Sri Venkateshwara College, Delhi University, and life member of All India Management Association. He completed a certificate course in gemology from Surat Gemology Institute in March 1986. He is a life member of Indian Diamond Institute, Surat, and has been authorized by the Indian Institution of Valuers to use the title of Chartered Valuer of Jewelry. He is also a life member of Constituency Development Center, New Delhi. Mr. Pankaj Khanna is a well-known astrologer and has appeared in approximately 100 episodes of Star Plus program Meri Saheli and 60 episodes of ETV program Nari. Apart from these shows, he is widely covered by numerous TV channels, including CNBC, Star News, and by various newspapers like the Hindustan Times, Times of India, Economic Times on a regular basis. He is also the author of the best-selling book on gemstones, Mystery of Gemstones. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Pankaj Khanna, my father, to take this presentation ahead.
The impact of COVID-19 has been devastating on gem and jewelry industry. Our export business has been impacted by it, but we visualize that the retail business will grow by 150% due to two reasons. One is recession. Whenever there is a downfall in the market, as it happened in 2009, 2010, the demand for gemstones always increases because more and more people visit astrologers and they are recommended gemstones. Secondly, we are the only organization which sells gemstones on EMI. We have tied up with numerous banks and financial institutions, NBFCs basically, who give us this facility, and we pass on this facility to our customers, and we are able to give gemstones worth 5,000 to 15 lakhs on EMI for 5 years, which makes the EMI very small, and a customer is able to afford good gemstones at a very small payout per month. So we are expecting a huge improvement in the retail sector, and we are looking forward to it. as far as the plan we have for the investors is, the first is the experience centers, which we plan to open across the country. They will just have an investment of only 12.5 lakhs, and the payback period is approximately 2 years. The revenue source is from facilitating sales of gemstones. Basically, this experience center will have very small number of gemstones, just sample types, and we'll have recourse to our websites, which have huge inventories out there. We have approximately 65 crore worth inventory on our websites, and the person will have the access to that inventory. He can make it comfortable for his customers to select the gemstone there, order it from there, and we will deliver it to his place, and he will deliver it to the customer. What happens is, when a customer, let's say, sitting in any place in India, let's say Ahmedabad, wants to buy a gemstone, he actually wants to have a look and feel before buying it on internet. Generally, people don't buy very expensive stuff on internet without having at least one look at them. So the person can order on internet, the product will be dispatched to the experience center. Experience center person will show it to the customer and take the payment there. This is the process that will be followed. And with this, the experience center can earn very good commission, and that will be his source of income. The second thing which is coming up very fast is the spiritual edition. The demand for Rudrakshas and high quality idols, yantras is growing along with gemstones. So we have a spiritual edition in which the investment will be around 37 lakhs. And again, the payback period is 2 years. And in this also, the same procedure is followed, but the only difference is that here the franchisee is keeping a substantial amount of stock at his place, so that the moment the customer enters the store, he is able to see the things physically, purchase them there and then, and in that we will support the person by our own marketing efforts. In all the systems that we have in experience center, spiritual edition, the marketing will be done by us, and it is our problem that we will give the person sufficient number of customers by doing regular marketing for his localized area. The flagship store will come up at 1.1 crores, and its payback period will be 2.5 years approximately. Margin on sale for gemstones and studded jewelry will be the source of revenue. Here the person will be holding a full stock of gems, jewelry. Basically, the jewelry we sell is silver jewelry, which is studded. So it is not very high cost jewelry. So it is possible to arrange that jewelry in 1.1 crores along with gemstones. And the sale of gemstones will be all controlled by us. We will give all kinds of support to the person who is opening these stores. The marketing effort will be from our side, and we will automatically have number of celebrities on our panel. We already have a number of celebrities who keep on telling about our brand, and more and more such things are going to happen in the future times. With that, the person who is having the franchise will not have any problems in getting the sales. That will be arranged by us, by our marketing effort. In addition to the online presence that we already have, we will create local presence, and that local presence will anyway push up the sales. Then we have a gemstones edition, which is for 85 lakhs. It will not have jewelry, but only gemstones. And these gemstones will again be in the same process. We will be supporting the sales by our online efforts and even offline efforts. and the payback period will be 2.5 years. There is a luxury edition which is for, this is for 5-star hotels basically. It will have an investment of 37 lakhs and the payback period is 2 years. Marginal sale of exclusive jewelry and handicrafts. This is a area which we will be having in 5-star hotels or very upmarket areas where foreign tourists as well as Indian tourists is coming. They will like to buy very different kind of jewelry and handicraft. Handicraft made of very precious stones. So they will be different from the market which is easily available. So customers will be attracted towards these products, and these will be very high-end products and automatic sales will be generated for them. Then we have a purely jewelry edition, which is for, which can be started in 20 lakh rupees. And in this only gemstone jewelry will be provided to the franchisee. And in one and a half years, the payback will be done. The franchisee will be having a huge gemstone jewelry stock with him, and we will be able to arrange the customer so that the customer's footfall is there and the person is able to grow his sales comfortably. How this has to be done? We have a renowned brand name, and we will give you the give the franchisee complete and correct training, full inventory support. And because in the kind of market we are, what happens is that exactly the person what he is looking for, your customer is looking for, you may not be having in your store. So we have the internet facility. So all the products are available on internet. We have around 10,000 SKUs on our internet site, Nagems Private Limited, nagems.com. And there he can pick and choose. If it is not there, he can get it immediately from our store. We will dispatch it the same day. Then we have staff support. We will be doing 360-degree marketing, and daily we will be interacting with the person so that all the things are in place and they are handled properly. A 3-tier audit system will be in place, and so that the franchise owner need not be involved in the day-to-day operations, and all these things will be taken care of by us. The retail sales of gemstones are bound to increase by 150%. Therefore, franchisee sale is also much higher than those projected. Since the market sentiment is down, franchisee can negotiate good deals when it comes to rentals and setup costs. Good manpower will be available at reasonable salaries at this point of time. Current position, we have 1 store in New Delhi, coming up 2 stores in around the 3rd quarter of 2020 in Lee Meridian, New Delhi, and Ramada, Udaipur in December 2020. We already have 324 dealers worldwide and 607 affiliates worldwide. Our rollout strategy is that we are open pan-India, and anyone who is placed anywhere in India can come join us. We have a very bright future ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj and Mr. Narabya Khanna, for this information about your brand. Now we are into question and answers section. We got few queries from all the participants, all the friends. We would like our panelists to answer this questions which we got from our panelists. Now the first and very important query which we got from our all the participants is, what is the investment cost include? So that's the first query we got. What is the investment cost include? They want to have a breakup about the investment.
Rasa, you give the details.
The investment cost includes the inventory cost, the setup cost, and the working capital.
So if I can add on this, what is the kind of stocks, because there are about 5 different models which you presented, and thank you very much, Mr. Khanna. I think lovely presentation. You are a very experienced man, and very excited to have you on the panel with Franchise India to our potential investors, and also it's good to see your son now standing besides you and also being an equally learned man and be part of this the new journey of creating franchises. And I second you because I have seen these 3 different downturns, and every downturn, especially any adversity happens, businesses or individuals would always seek advice. And we have a very strong generations of belief on astrology, and we all want to really go back and seek some advice. So obviously we like to do this panel also to take independent advice from you. What is there for your advice for everybody out there, that when is this pandemic going to come? But I take one positive feedback which you've given, that 150% of growth on gems industry which would come. So I think this question, Radhya, to you, what is the breakup of that investment in terms of the stock and the other interiors? What happens? So say you, the first model you have is about 13 odd lakh rupees.
Yes.
What is the stock level in that?
13 lakh rupees model.
Yeah.
In that, we will take security deposit of over 5 lakh rupees, and the franchisee fee will be 5 lakh rupees, and the setup cost will be just 2.5 lakhs. The reason the setup cost is so low is because we do not want the experience center to open in a mall or any main market. The experience center can open in any place, but the place should be decent enough so that people don't feel uncomfortable in carrying cash to buy their product, because we are not catering to the walk-in customers. We have a huge number of leads on our websites, and we will transfer our leads from that particular location of the experience center to the experience center franchisee. The role of the franchisee is just to facilitate the sale. He has to take the money from the customer. The customer has already decided his particular gemstone on our website, but he is very afraid to make a big purchase online. So he always asks us, do you have any branch office? So here is where the role of our franchisee will come into place. We will redirect our lead to the franchisee. The customer will go to the franchisee's experience center. He will make the payment over there. We will dispatch the product from our headquarter in New Delhi to the franchisee, and the customer will collect the stone from the franchisee. So the stock level which the experience center needs to keep is very less. He will be having around inventory of, if we talk in value terms, inventory will be of 2 lakh or 1.5 lakhs, because the inventory will be just sample to show that this is an emerald, this is a yellow sapphire, and that too medium range, so that the customer can understand what is an emerald, what is an yellow sapphire, what is a blue sapphire. We won't be keeping it inventory heavy. They will be just showing the samples over there.
Sure. So that's very helpful. So that gives me two important questions which are more industry centric. And one is that you're trying to integrate your online business and offline business, which means that your acquisition would be done online and
Yes.
fulfillment would be done offline, which is the world talking about, which is everybody is talking about. The future is there, where discovery of a product would be done online, where people can see all the range and so on and so forth, and then they can go and touch and feel in the neighborhood and meet the franchisee who's local, who understands your neighborhood well, and so on and so forth, and brings a lot of trust.
Yes.
And so this is a great model, I think. So my question is, would we give some regional exclusivity to this franchisee? Say I take the place, because you have multiple models. So
Yes.
how would my business, if any business is arrived, anybody is logging, I'm from Surat or I'm from Rajkot. If anybody logs from Rajkot and goes online, would this lead come to me exclusively, or this is one part of my question. The second part of the question is, the biggest problem in GEMS, especially in GEMS, is that price validation is very difficult and
Yes.
quality validation is very difficult. How do you, being a respectable player, one able to compete with the unorganized market out there, where both the price and the quality is not validated? So two questions: one is on exclusivity, and one is on how do we really do the price validation and compete with the unorganized market. So, Mr. Khanna, you and Radha, you both can choose to answer.
We can we will give exclusive territory rights to the franchisee, but the radius that the franchisee will have right will differ according to location. If we have a huge number of traffic, let's say if we say Mumbai, we cannot give 5 kilometer or 10 kilometer radius to a person in Mumbai, but we can give 10 kilometer radius to a person sitting in Pushkar, a franchisee sitting in Pushkar. It will be decided on the traffic we receive on our website, and we will ensure that the franchisee does not lose his investment. We will ensure that he gets sufficient amount of leads so that he can break even in the first year itself. We will ensure that the radius, the exclusive territory radius, will differ according to location because every location is different.
Sure. Thank
And
you.
we have done 2 levels of certification for all our gemstones. We provide a government lab certificate from IGI GTL with each and every gemstone. Our entire stock on our websites and in our stores is certified by government lab. Each and every piece is individually certified. And on top of that, we have introduced a certificate of quality. We always wanted to expand into retail business, but we didn't expand into retail business. We always concentrated on exports and wholesale business. The reason being, in the trade of gemstones, it is very easy for our own employee to change the product. A gemstone which is worth 1 lakh rupees can be replaced with a gemstone which is worth 2,000 rupees, and the employee can sell that gemstone to the customer because we cannot be present there all the time. So if the employee does any such thing, or even a franchise does such a thing, our brand name will be lost. And once the reputation is lost, the business cannot be run. So we were hesitant to expand into retail business till now. But now, due to technology, we have answers for all of that things, and we can easily expand our retail presence. We have a certificate of quality that we provide with each and every gemstone. In that certificate of quality, there is a QR code, and whenever a person scans that QR code, he lands into a specific section of our application. On that section, he can see the inclusions of the gemstone, because the inclusions of the gemstone are unique as a person's fingerprint, and he can map it with the gemstone which is being provided to him. So this ensures that no person is able to sell a product with using our name, which is not actually a Gem Selections product.
Very helpful, very helpful. Now I invite Sonia Chaudhary, who are Managing Director, to have some questions which would interest our investors.
Very good afternoon, Pankaj. Very good afternoon, Radhya. In fact, I would say am I audible?
Yes,
you're audible.
Yeah, saying in fact, the presentation was very insightful for all our viewers, and we have a lot of our prospective business buyers on this webinar today. And Pankaj, you being a very renowned astrologer, you've been authored some books, and the time and experience that you spent in the industry and business, I would say we all have a lot of learnings which are listeners and being in the franchise industry we can also draw from you. And if I like to add, at Franchise India, our endeavor has always been working and helping business buyers taking a decision which is lifetime investment they are seeking. And it becomes even more important in today's time when the livelihood along with the lives has also become a challenge. Job markets, underemployment, unemployment in the times to come, where the situation of employment is becoming dry. And historically, like Gauravji also mentioned, historically, franchising has always risen in the times of crisis, and the Great Recession was a testimonial to it. And we have seen a rebound of franchising in these times. So, people become extremely dependent on businesses, which are credible, brands like you, which are credible, and the choices that they make are pretty much dependent on a lot of things. And, the core being the sustainability of the system, how sustainable or robust is the franchise system, how much is that particular product or service in demand. Third, I would say the value of the investment which our franchisees are putting, and maybe the support which franchises are getting from the brand. And lastly, about the stability of the franchisor. These are certain elements which bring a lot of credibility and help people making a choice in making a decision. So I have a few questions before we let the audience come out, and I see a lot of questions being posed to us on the presentation that was being made. And maybe an extension of what Gauravji talked about, today, I'm also reading a lot about how retail is being reinvented, restructured, and a lot of industries are now seeing a lot of fundamental changes which will come. While I don't see a lot of fundamental changes coming in a business like yours, but people are talking about how the role of a store would change, retail experience of a consumer would change. And I also heard that, you have a great, you're integrating online with the physical store presence. And in America, I'm reading, a lot of these stores which are both physical and also have an online integration. They're not just talking about the four-wall economics, which is the business happening inside the store, and maybe for the interest of all our viewers, we'd like to understand, will a franchisee play any role in pushing and getting any value from the online platform? And in future or currently, is that a part of your plan where you want to integrate that with the physical store so that a franchisee can add value, maybe push and play certain role, and in making that sale happen? And maybe from the journey of a consumer where he discovers a product online to the time he buys and makes a decision of, buying that product, how do you see the role of a franchisee being integrated in this?
Radhe, you go in and answer this question.
Please, sir.
Actually, we have a unique online strategy in place. People visit our website not just to buy a product. They visit our website to consume content. People are crazy in India about astrology. We have a lot of content about astrology on our website. So people regularly visit our website to consume content on astrology, on gemstones, on mythology. And we have a very strong YouTube channel, which garners a lot of views on a regular basis. Plus, we have 3 unique platforms. We have developed a artificial intelligence powered software, which can recommend a gemstone to a person, can give daily horoscope to a person, can give monthly horoscope to a person. The person just has to enter his or her details, and the software itself will give him the result. So no human intervention is required for it. Due to this reason, we visit a huge traffic on our websites. The traffic that we visit on our website is much higher if we add all the jewelry industry players' websites and add the total traffic. Our traffic will be much higher than them because they are just concentrating on selling the product. No one will visit a jewelry website or a gemstone website daily to just see the gemstones, but they visit our website to consume content. And we have a platform by the name of Gem Selections Forum, where people come and put up their questions. And interestingly, people only answer those questions. We do not have to answer the questions. We have just 2-3 moderators sitting in place who just see that the content does not go out of the place. And we generate a lot of user-generated content on our website. This ensures that our brand has a very niche audience. But the niche, for our niche audience, we are the biggest and the only brand. So they consume, they want to buy our products, buy our gemstones online. But there is some hesitance because they are afraid that while the courier company can also do some mischief, or how they are not so much comfortable. If we look at our traffic and the conversions are less. But if we have stores all across, the conversion rate will be much, much higher. So we will be easily able to integrate the offline business with the online business without having to invest more amount in the business. So our marketing cost will be very less. So the reason many jewelers go bankrupt is because the marketing cost is very high. They have to keep on investing in marketing. They have to keep on bringing in celebrities. We do bring celebrities, but at basic marketing cost, we do not have to spend much today because of our platform to create a recall value, because we have a very strong recall value in the minds of a niche audience.
Thank you so much.
I think that's very helpful. You know, this also brings me, I was going through, rather listening the presentation which Pankaj was giving, and perhaps this brings me to another question. You know, you talked about guided sales, which mean people are not too sure about what they're buying, the credibility of the people. And a lot of online sales today is happening. So the credibility and the quality of the gemstone is sometimes very difficult to ascertain. So what you also talked about is people are consuming a lot of content online, you know, and they want maybe a guided sale which can happen in person, which also requires a human interface, and maybe a franchisee can play an important role there. And having said that, I also understand that you're not looking at too much of operational involvement of a franchisee. So if you can help us in understanding, and all the people, you know, who are listening to you, what would be your ideal profile of franchisee, and, you know, what typical day a store of your franchisee, you know, the day-to-day operations would look like for him. And, you know, typically it is the investment parameter we talked about, maybe any background, any operational involvement that you feel is imperative for this particular prospect. So what all things that you think are very important for this profile, and where do you see his value add coming in your kind of business? What is the value which a franchisee can add in a business like yours?
This is a question I would just extend it, because a lot of our investors are writing, people who don't come with the background of gems and jewelry, they always feel they are going in enchanted space, which they don't know. So what is your advice to a lot of people, because they would like to get into this industry, but they have no experience on gems and jewelry? So what is your advice? Is it difficult to learn quickly a business like this and handle a category like this?
I don't think there is much problem in it, because everything that we have is already well certified, all details are there. It is just like selling any other product. And more than the franchisee, the person who is managing the store, if he's keeping an employee or something, we are coming out with a gemology course, which is an online course. The person can take that course. With that, he will have sufficient knowledge of gemology to handle the store that we are planning. Because in that kind of store, he doesn't need to be a gemologist. He only needs to make the customer aware of what an actual or natural gemstone is. That is supported by our certification and all the processes. In addition to that, this knowledge that he will get from our online course will be sufficient to handle any kind of problems. And over and above that, we are always there. So I don't see that the person need to be a gemologist, or he should have a special knowledge of astrology or gemstones. Any person who is interested in having a business, a stable business, because our business is different from that normal jewelry business. Jewelry business is not very stable by definition, because it keeps on changing with designs. It keeps on changing with marriage season, this season, that season, rise in gold price, fall in gold price. Our business is very stable comparatively. So he can have a benefit of a stable business and our experience simultaneously. So there is no problem for anyone to run the business. I don't see any problem.
Sure, very helpful. Sonia, next question from your side.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of questions which our viewers are putting, and, you know, some of my questions which I had to post, maybe, you know, I can be answered. Pankaj, my question is, you know, today, as you see, the market sentiments are not that strong. You know, it's a weakened system, sentiment. People are not looking at making a big investment at this point in time. They're looking at businesses they can trust, brands they can trust. What model you have, you know, while the business you're running and the experience that you have goes beyond 3 decades, I wanted to understand, is there a separate or a transformed value proposition that you have for your prospective business buyer that are coming and signing up in these times? And I would want to answer this in two parts, because investors' bigger risk come from two areas. And I heard, and I saw one of the investors also put that question. One area is the initially capex deployment, which goes in the basic interiors, and the other is the stock, which he puts in. Is there any policy currently, or you're making for these times, which can help him de-risk this part of investment? And my second, question would be any incentives or any kind of stimulus, that you want to offer to the partners who perhaps would want to sign maybe in a span of say a month or so. So these are my two questions, which I'm sure a lot of investors would want to understand, and keeping in mind, how their maybe valued money or the little capital they have in hand can help them survive the business and also their livelihood in these crucial times.
So
you
add on that, what Sonia is saying, that these are two things which we feel is running on our investor minds today, how they can de-risk themselves or their investment, which means that if the stock is not sold, is it a way of stock correction or replacement or something like that, which is de-risking them, because that's something which is very important in time. And also, if the gestation is a little higher, that this is a good business, we know there's a big demand going to come, but if people want to decide now to get into business, and if it takes a little more months to really come down to that level, where the people would have that affordability or they would like to indulge. So is there a particular offer you want to offer to our investors and say, if you make a decision to invest right now, we will do this special for you?
One thing, firstly, I will like to clarify that in our business, there is no such thing as dead stock or dead inventory. The reason for it is that whatever we have will sell. There is no change in designs, there is no system, nothing like designs or any such fashion or anything like that. Whatever we have will sell. Certain things that come in the stock, maybe we buy today, will sell tomorrow. Certain things will sell after 6 months, but everything will sell. There is nothing like dead stock in our business, not at all. And so this problem is not there. So no tensions in that area. Secondly, there is we are planning, because this is a tough time and a lot of people want to enter into business now, but they are hesitant. So we have some plans. Arathi, you go ahead and explain those plans.
Actually, we have decided that we will give 50% discount on the franchisee fee, whoever signs up right now, and we will take the remaining 50% of the franchisee fee after 6 months when the lockdown is over, and that too in installments. And when it comes to the revenue stream part, we believe that the moment the lockdown is over, our sale will increase by 150% at least. There are two reasons for the same. The first being, the demand for gemstone is going to increase a lot. We are witnessing a huge number of traffic on our social, a huge number of traffic on our software, Gem Selections AstroDose. It even crashed day before yesterday because the server bandwidth couldn't handle the traffic, because people want to know about their future. And when they want to know about their future, they will consult astrologers. And when they will consult astrologers, the astrologers will recommend them gemstones, and the demand for gemstones will increase. Secondly, we have tie-up with 607 affiliates all around the world. And those affiliates will recommend our brand name only because we work on a commission basis with them. So demand will be there. We are sure about that. Our sales will increase by 150% at least. And when our sales will increase, the sales which we have projected for the franchisee is bound to increase. Secondly, we are the only company in India. We are the only organized player in the astrological gemstones market. We have tie-ups with 14 banks and NBFCs and can provide gemstones from the value of 5,000 to 15 lakh to any customer of various credit profile on EMI for a duration of 6 months to 5 months. So people will want to buy gemstones on EMI. People nowadays buy everything on EMI. They even buy their phones on EMI. So they will naturally like to buy gemstones on EMI. And when they want to buy gemstones on EMI, we are the only option available for them, because giving gemstones on EMI is not possible for any jeweler. For the small jewelers, they won't qualify. They won't be able to have a tie-up with the bank. And even if they have tie-up with the bank, they will be able to have a tie-up for gold and silver. We were in talks with various banks and NBFCs for over 3 years. And after 3 years, and after giving them some guarantee, we have cracked the deal where we can give gemstones on EMI. That's a very big challenge, because the value of gold and silver can be ascertained, but the value of gemstones cannot be ascertained. And we are 100% sure that in the near future also, nobody will be giving gemstones on EMI. So our sales are bound to increase. The franchisee, it's a golden time for the franchisee to invest in our business. He can reap the benefits of the devastating effect of COVID-19 right now.
Very, very helpful, Adya. I think we second you that this time everybody is looking for safety, and one of the safety is also gemstones. It gives you and especially in Indian culture, we have for generations and generations trusted gemstones. I think there is no doubt, and after this adversity, the demand would increase. So I think it is very helpful, Mr. Khanna, that we divide for our viewers any franchise opportunity in 3 parts. One we call predictability, how we can predict the performance of business. Radha has beautifully answered that question in terms of how they are already having that traffic. They already have a lot of consumer base sitting with them, and they are passing that benefit to new franchisees. So it brings in a lot of predictability to the business. The second part we always tell our investors is look at sustainability. This business has 0 stock risk. It doesn't have any stock risk on that. It is much sustainable than any other business you would do now, because gemstones are precious, so they would have value always been sitting there, and it is still a low cost business. You don't have to put entire thing. And now for making it even more sustainable, they have made an offer of 50% reduction of franchise fees, so that the benefit passes to the investor and the sustainability becomes even better. And third is scalability. This business has no limit. You can scale it to any level. You can start with small business maybe in your region, but then you can run and build much bigger volume. You can do exhibitions, you can do a lot of other things. And because they have a lot of content, and content drive this business, so they will also help you with a lot of other things which you can do on a regionally bigger reading on people asking what else they can do. So in net, I feel at Franchise India, we very powerfully feel that this is a great opportunity for our investors, while they have to do their own study to see is this for them? Are they completely committed for this business? Are they putting time, energy, effort, finance, everything which requires for this business? That is to be validated by every investor. Do it with the right advice by your consultants or other advisors. But we feel, Franchise India strongly feels, we started with the first session today of this business opportunity over chai. I'm somehow missing my chai, but nobody's actually served me. But I saw both Mr. Khanna and they're enjoying their teas. So I think I should be in next session. Sonia also is not having tea. I'm not seeing her also.
I'm not a tea person.
Actually, we would have lived to our tea session. So it's a good, but now I will like Sonia, if you can pick up all the panel attendees, because they are writing a lot of questions. If you can take one or questions which we have not covered in our structure, it will be good to quickly take all the questions, and then we do a closing now.
Sure. So Pankaj, I see a lot of questions, and some questions I think we would have answered during the course of our own discussion. So there are some specific questions pertaining to the kind of margins that you offer. And the second,
one thing first. There is a question that are we anyway affiliated with Khanna Jewelers, New Delhi?
Yeah.
We are not. We are not. We are a completely independent organization. We have nothing to do with Khanna Jewelers, New Delhi. That's the first thing. Now, please, I'm sorry to interrupt, but now let's proceed.
Okay, thanks, Pankaj. I'll pick two questions together. So people want to know the kind of margins your business would have, and also they want to have an understanding on, a store throughput, what size, what format, and what kind of sales from a store can be expected. Give an example of the current sales which are happening from your own pilot store.
Radhi, you go ahead, answer.
We clock in revenue of around 13 to 15 crores in our store in Janakpuri every year. So the revenue of that store is obviously much higher because we do have a strong goodwill. So, and nearby vicinity, the we have been advertising in New Delhi for the past 30 years. So we clock in revenue of around 13 to 15 crores. It varies. So in our franchisee store, in the flagship model, that is 1.1 crore model, we expect that the revenue that the franchisee will get in the first year will be around 4 CR, and the margin that he will get will be around 28%. It will be a weighted average margin because the margin on each and every gemstone is different. So if we calculate the weighted average margin, it is 28%. So in the franchisee flagship model, we are sure that the franchisee will get a revenue of around 4 CR in the first year. And when we talk about the experience center, we believe that someone asked in the question box a question that how much turnover will a franchisee of experience center sitting in Ahmedabad will get. We believe that a single franchisee of experience center can easily clock in a revenue of 5 lakh rupees in the first month itself, because 5 lakh rupees means 5 good sales. So it's very easy that in a month there are 5 good sales, and if the franchisee clocks in 5 good sales, the commission will be 20%, flat 20%. So he will get 1 lakh rupees, and the cost of the franchisee that we have calculated, it will be rental. The rental won't be very high because the location won't be an expensive one. So we can calculate and the space required is also very less. The space required is anywhere between 80 square feet to 100 square feet. We just need a table, a chair, a tablet, and AC should be there in the location. So the rental would be around 20,000. If we take miscellaneous expenses, those will be around 10,000. And if we take employee cost, we only need one employee in the experience center. The employee cost will be 20,000. And if we keep 10,000 additional for other miscellaneous expenses, so we can divide it into 3 parts: 20,000 for expenses, 20,000 for the rental, and 20,000 for employee cost. There can be no other cost for the franchisee, and he will be able to earn 40,000 in the first month itself. And the sale is bound to increase every month because we will start the local marketing from the first month itself, but local marketing will have its effect after 6 months.
Okay, Radhya. So if I have to ask, you talked about local marketing. So you'll be participating in the local marketing along with the franchisee, or you'll reinvest the money which you get as a part of your royalties or margins from the franchisee?
We will take care of all the marketing. The franchisee doesn't need to think about marketing. It's our headache. It's our job to get customers to the franchisee.
Great. I have another question which I see here. I just see one comment which says, like in Patanjali, we get Vaidya advice and service. I think this is from a gentleman called Raj Naik. What he wants to understand is this consulting service a value add, or this is over and above as a revenue stream which comes to the partner?
The consulting service will be free. We will be providing our proprietary software to the franchisee. The software I've just discussed in the presentation, there will be a tablet. The person will enter his or her details on the tablet and will get all the gemstone recommendation, daily horoscope, and all that stuff on the tablet itself. So that will be a free service that people can access on our website, and they can also access that service on our store. We won't be getting in any astrologers in the store because that will be an added expenditure, and there is no need of that. We have a technology, and it's very easy. If we add one astrologer in every experience center, the cost of the franchisee will be very high, will be increased a lot, and the benefit won't be such, because we have, when the technology has the answer, there's no need of an actual person sitting there. And our concentration is on gemstones. We do not want to earn money, or our franchisee to earn money from consultations, because the revenue will be very small.
Very important, very important. I think a good point you've answered. There is also some of the questions I will just take. I mean, Adya, if you can note, there is Arpit Jain who's looking for something in Ajmer. So if you can send him independently your email ID, so he can get in touch with you. And he's also looking for one answer. If the consumers want to buy back gemstones, is there a possibility on that? Should we recommend or not recommend?
Actually,
okay, go
Papa will answer it. Papa will answer it. He will answer it better.
Okay, right. We do not sell gemstones as investment options. And we clearly tell our customers that if you're looking for investment options, better go and buy gold biscuits. Gemstones are not investment options. These are for astrological purposes. And if you believe in the effect of gemstones, the effect of gemstones is through their aura. And once a person uses a gemstone, the aura is disturbed. So if another person wears that gemstone, he will have only problems, with more problems coming to him than any solutions. So we do not buy back any gemstones, and none of our franchises will be buying back any gemstones. We do not have any buyback policy at all. It's very clear.
So very, very helpful. I think it's used for, not for investment. It is used for astrological purposes, and it should do an individual effect, and it should not be, neither be exchanged, neither be returned, or neither be used by anybody else, even in perfume.
Exactly.
Yes. So there is another Shiva Rama Krishna is want to connect with you, Radhya, from AP, and a lot of other people who want to set up their appointment, one-on-one discussion, or they want to have a little more elaborated discussion. You can request for the time. Archana, who's on a call, who was there on initial introduction, would be very happy to organize your one-to-one discussion. Radha, if you can be kind enough to also put your website, because a lot of people are asking.
Yes, I will surely put it.
Put it on there so they can visit your website. They can reach you. Sonia, you want to add the final note before we take or any other final questions we have from our panelists? More than happy to take that. But final note from you, Sonia.
Sure. Thanks. So I think we have covered almost every question, but a lot of questions are one-on-one, which I feel can be covered during the one-on-one discussions over a call or a Zoom call, which investors can take up. And I would request if Archana, you can lead that with Aradhya. I think that will be more helpful. I would only say, this was very informative, not only for our listeners and audience on the webinar, but equally for us, because we deal with so many businesses, and sometimes the depth of the business, and we always feel, at our end at Franchise India, for us, our client is the best teacher. So while answering and going through these questions and listening to all the answers that you've addressed to the audience, this is also a very good learning experience for me, and I'm sure for everybody who attended this. And I would say thank you, Pankaj, and thank you, Aradhya, for taking this time out for all of us, and giving your insightful understanding on the business industry. It was really, really helpful. And I'm sure, this webinar would be helpful in also maybe in the next few days, we can set up these calls and maybe have a detailed discussion. One common thread which I was looking in the questions were people wanted to understand, the impact of the business model or the investment based on the city they're coming from. So I think that can be taken up independently, and we'll be happy to share the coordinates and line up everybody on this webinar one-on-one call starting today itself to maybe tomorrow or Monday, as per the availability of Pankaj, Aradhya, and our viewers and listeners on this webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There's also Mr. Vipin Singhal who wants to get in touch with you from Kurukshetra. Please, Aradhya, please give your
Sure.
email ID. They want to write to you. So thank you, Khanna Saab, Radhya, for this lovely session.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
thank
It
you
was
so
really,
much.
really nice talking to both of you.
So
Thank
before,
you. You've been very kind, and I'll be your customer also once it opens up. We all should come back to you for taking some advice.
Sure, sure. Most welcome. Most welcome.
So I also would suggest all our attendees, you can, if you have missed the presentation, it is available on our Facebook. It was live session, so you can go and revisit the presentation if you want to share with your friends or any investors you feel would be more strategic fit for this. You can always reach there. Thank you very much. Thanks, Archana. Thank you
so
for
thank you.
session.
Before we conclude the session, we would like to thank our all the panelists, Pankaj ji, Aradhya ji, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am for the entire session. We'll definitely got many queries from each one of you. We have all the details of yours. We'll definitely come back to you either on mail or one-to-one interaction with Pankaj ji or Aradhya Khanna. We would love to see you tomorrow sharp at 12 p.m. for the another brand which Franchise India is associated with. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to all of you.
Thank you.